All right, so today we are in Unit 7, Lesson 3. We're going to talk about the different types of food processing, how different food is processed. So there's, unprocessed to very highly processed. So like if you pick something, blackberries, their example, right off of the bush and you eat them, that's unprocessed. Nothing happened. You eat them just as they grew. You didn't have to do anything before you ate them. If you bring them home, wash them, freeze them, they're minimally processed. They're mostly in their original state, but if they've been preserved to use later, like you made a jam, or you go to the store and you buy a jam, it's a lot more processed. They were cooked with sugar and pectin so that they were saved for later. So the basic ingredient's the same, but processing alters its composition slightly. All right, so today we use food processing to refer to processing food on a commercial scale. Some may look like things you do at home, so like washing a vegetable, that's processing. Okay, that's a process. So that's minimally processed. So a minimally processed food is where it leaves the food composition relatively unchanged. Maybe it was peeled, they were pre-cut, they were blanched, which is where you wash them really quick in boiling water and it like seals the color of it. But they're pretty close to where they started. You recognize them. Like the bag of frozen broccoli that just has broccoli in it. That's minimally processed. Highly processed foods are foods with lots of different ingredients. So a lot of times those ingredients you cannot pronounce. Like a frozen pizza, frozen dinner, like Kraft mac and cheese, all of those things. Meat processing shares some traits with other foods. In a meat processing plant, meat is made into edible food and ready for them to eat. It includes the process of slaughtering and butchering the animals, as well as any additional processing. And it can be done on an industrial scale. If you hunt and you've taken the deer to be processed, the deer is field dressed or gutted, then killed, when killed, and taken to a butcher to be skinned and cut into various cuts of meat. Small processors may handle slaughter butchering for small farmers who raise their own meat. But large ones typically is where you're going to get your meat is from large processing facilities. And the animals are killed, butchered, and processed into the final product in a single facility, usually. Butchering is the term that turns a dead animal into a number of different cuts of meat. Most of you buy it in the grocery store, and that's going to come from these really large processing facilities. Think of like Tyson. So batch processing and continuous are the two different types. Both have disadvantages and advantages. So in batch, a single batch of a single food product is made start to finish. So this is really common in small operations. So the jam making business uses batch processing. So it does one batch start to finish. Continuous, that means they continue to produce larger amounts of the final product, like an assembly line. So let's look at the advantages of each. So for batch, greater flexibility to change product formulation and rates, lower cost, easier control. Continuous, lower operation and labor cost, less floor space, and greater product uniformity. So there's advantages to both, and those are the two main types. Make sure you remember continuous and batch.